Hello.
Hi there. Hi.
How are y'all? Good. It's great to see you all. Thanks for being here. So my name's Aaron Keith. I'll be leading the seminar tonight. So first off, I want to get a sense of who is in the room. How many of you have been here before? Awesome. Welcome back. It's good to see you all. How many are new? This is your first time here. Good. Nice. Nice. Well, really, guys, thank you for being here. I know you have a lot going on in your busy lives, so thanks for working things out so you can be here tonight. Really appreciate it. So I want to explain a little bit about how tonight's going to go before we get into all the fun content. So a couple things. First, here's why I created the Business Development Seminar Series. I think it's very, very important for business owners to work on their business. This is a format, this is a structure for you all to come somewhere and actually work on your business. A lot of business owners, we get wrapped up in our day-to-day stuff. We don't actually step back and work on our businesses, yes?
Yes.
It's because there's a format to actually do that. Next, as business owners, me included, networking is very important. I don't mean networking like just sharing leads. It's not what I mean. And if that happens, that's great. But networking meaning that you're working with other business owners. You're brainstorming. You're idea sharing. You know, there's other people in here who are resources to you. So have a bunch of other business owners in the room with you that are working with you to build your business and you're working with them to build theirs is critical, in my opinion. So again, this gives us a format once a month to actually meet other business owners and connect and start to build a relationship with people who can help us out and vice versa. Make sense? And the last reason why I created these is really selfish. This gives me a format to do what I love to do. I love working with business owners and how to grow and expand their business. And this gives me a format in which to do that. So thanks for allowing me to do what I love to do. Now, this last little piece is definitely for those of you who have never been here before. So tonight, if you're talking or you're sharing, I may be looking at you like this. This is my listening face. This is the listening face. Okay? I get really intense when I listen. I promise you I'm good. I'm having a good time. I'm smiling inside. It's an internal smile. So if you just need a smile, I promise you I'll lighten up. But I look a little serious when I listen. And like I was saying, this is something I love to do. So I might start talking a million miles a minute. If that's the case, slow me down. Deal? You guys do that? Awesome. Let's get to work. So tonight's seminar is on balance and business success. So what brave soul will be willing to read the intention? Said intention. I will pick on someone. Shane. Oh, he just beat you, like by seconds. Shane, would you mind?
Sure. The intention of tonight is that you see how your relationship to balance directly affects your ability to have a consistent and successful business.
Awesome. Thank you. So the first time it just kind of hits us. Second time, hopefully we absorb a little bit more. So one more time, my friend.
The intention is that you see how your relationship to balance directly affects your ability to have a consistent and successful business.
So thank you. So what do you hear inside the intention?
I need more balance.
You need more balance. Anyone else in a similar position? Hopefully you're in a balance seminar. So what else? What else do you hear inside the intention?
There's a relationship to balance. Sometimes I think we think that balance is a thing, but I'm hearing that there's a relationship, which implies the various aspects of what relationship entails.
Yeah, we're going to be dealing with your relationship big time. And just consider that your relationship to balance is a small facet to what it could be. Balance is a very robust distinction or a robust word. So we're really going to be pulling it apart. So start looking at balance tonight from a different perspective, or be willing to look at it from a different perspective. So what else do y'all hear?
Balance will help with consistency in my business, keeping my business consistent.
Yeah. So for those of you who do know me, I love the word consistency like nothing else. I think every business should be just consistent across the board, and that's how I like to build businesses. And almost every business is actually capable of being very consistent month after month after month. So tonight, I actually really want you to get that. The balance literally is the catalyst to consistency. Consider that as we're working tonight. We're going to see it obviously hands-on in a few minutes, But just keep looking for that, okay? All right, so tonight there's going to be 3 things. I had 2 fingers. That's not going to work. Let's do 3 fingers. There's 3 things that we need to hit to fulfill on the intention tonight. 1, we're going to be bringing balance into the area of business. Okay, so business as its own unit, we're going to bring balance to it. Then we're going to put it down, put it away. Then we're going to bring out your personal life. And we're going to bring balance to your personal life. Then we're going to put that away. Then we're going to bring them both out, and we're going to put balance between your business and personal life. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's start by actually distinguishing what the word means. So here's what Mr. Definition says. To the degree to which all the attributes of a person's life are in harmony, with none either too prominent or too deficient. Let me read that again. Yeah? Okay. So balance. The degree to which all the attributes of a person's life are in harmony, with none either too prominent or too deficient. So far, what are you starting to hear about balance? Curious.
No extreme.
What's that?
No extreme.
No extreme. Okay, good. What else?
You probably shouldn't try to utilize one thing to balance out another thing. Like maybe if your personal life's way down over here, maybe you shouldn't just jump after your business and thinking that life's coming together for you.
Yeah.
It's probably not.
And a lot of people do. A lot of people are jumping back and forth between something, trying to hold balance in place. It's an attempt at something versus actually a havingness. A lot of people are trying to put in balance versus actually having it or maintaining it. Something else to start to look at as we work. Okay, good. Let's start by looking at the lack of balance. So here's the question. What does it mean to you to have balance in your business? Let's start looking at what it looks like to have balance in your business. What does it look like? Yeah, Nita.
Predictable income.
Predictable income? Okay, awesome. What else? Yeah.
Consistent schedule.
Consistent schedule. Yeah, good. Systems. Renee.
I'm going to come at it from a feeling. So now what it looks like, what it feels like is at the end of the day, I'm not exhausted. I have some elasticity left over.
Good. Can you say that one more time?
I'm not exhausted at the end of the day. I have elasticity. I can, when I end my work day, I'm not just like
Wiped out.
wiped out.
How many of you finish your workday and you're wiped out? Interesting to notice. So if that happens on Monday, then again Tuesday, a little bit more on Wednesday, how do you think your effectiveness is going to be by Thursday, Friday? It's not. And then you do that week after week, month after month for a lot of business owners. That's why vacations for business owners are mandatory, not an option. Right? Okay, good. So let's keep looking. Again, I want you to start to see a different perspective of balance so we can start to work with it. So what does it look like to have balance, say, in the area of finance? This side of the room has been winning, by the way. So not like it's a competition, but yeah, Randy.
There's peace of mind.
There's peace of mind.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What else? What does it look like to have balance in the area of finance? Interesting that everyone's quiet on this one.
You've got savings, you've got long-term savings, you've got short-term savings, you've got ample operating budget, and you have money for your personal life.
Did you hear that? That's a great answer. Do you hear that there's actually balance between bank accounts? Hence, there's more than one bank account. Another way to look at balance in the area of finance is you actually look at it every week, not once a month or once a quarter or when tax season comes. But you're actually interacting with your finances in a balanced way. Does that make sense? So let's look at another one. Let's look at production. What does it look like to have balance in the area of production? Consistency. Yeah.
You have clients coming in, and you're also proactively seeking clients at all times. You're not feast or famine. You're balanced in your output and your input.
Good. So do you all know what I mean by production Production is you working with customers. So consider this. If you're working with customers 5-6 days a week, is that balanced? Shake your head. No. Trust me, no. It's not. Yeah, if all you're doing is working on production and you're not marketing or selling or running your finances or managing your staff, is that a balance? No. So start looking at this. You guys are getting quiet on me. All right. So let's talk marketing and sales then. What does it look like to have balance in the area of marketing or sales? You look like you have an answer. You're like bursting at the seam to say something. Just trying. Just do Jim. James. So that was a listening face? James, what do you think?
So your outcomes need to tie in with your forecasting and budgeting.
Say it one more time, a little louder.
Your outcomes need to tie in with your forecasting and budgeting.
Yeah. Good. There's a relationship there. So what else? Keep looking. Marketing and sales. What does it look like to have balance in the area of marketing and sales? Yeah.
So there's an unbalanced way of doing it where you say, oh crap, I need new clients, quick. And you do a crash course for, however long it takes to get new clients, and that's all you do for sales, at the last minute.
Yeah.
And then the opposite of that would be the balanced way, where it's a consistent, constant, regular thing that you have scheduled out, not because, oh my God, I'm going to die, but it's because you're planning ahead and you're going to do it every week.
Right. Does that make sense? How many of you actually do what he said? You work with clients, and then there's like a lull, and the pipeline or whatever is not looking so sexy, and you freak out. You go into marketing and sales crazy mode, and you're marketing, selling. Then all the customers show up, and you're like, oh. And you service the customers. Customers go, bye, it's great seeing you. And you're like, I don't have any customers. Crap. And then you're back to marketing and sales. And you have this up and down, up and down. Any of those? I see smiles, so some recognition of that, yeah? Yeah, that's a lack of balance. You starting to see balance in a little different light? Yes? Okay. Let's look. I actually skipped a section. Let's look at the lack of balance for a second. Because I want you guys to see the contrast. It's going to make a difference if you contrast this. So if that's what it looks like to have balance in different areas of your business, what does the lack of balance do to your business? It does something. What does it do? Makes it unstable. What else?
Drains me.
It drains you.
Yeah.
If you're drained, what does it happen? What happens to your effectiveness?
Production goes down.
Yeah, your effectiveness, your production goes down. What else does it do?
Makes you hate your business.
It'll definitely get you resenting that thing. That is for sure. Yeah.
Increases your stress level.
Increases your stress level. Randy?
It impacts the other areas of your life.
It does. How?
Well, it bleeds over. So the time that you're wanting to really spend with your family, you're now having to deal with work, or with your kids, or taking care of your health and well-being. You're going to the gym, or your sleep.
Right.
It bleeds into all of those because you're scrambling because your business is kind of taken over.
Right. Can you start to see that balance is pretty impactful? It's a bigger deal than a lot of people relate to it. Now, something else. Your balance or the lack thereof affects your consistency of the company. It actually affects your cash flow, the consistency of your cash flow, like we're talking about. Now, something that a lot of people don't get. How many of you are trying to get your business to that next level? Like you could see it, you're like right there, like I need to pierce that next level. Anyone in here? Okay. Okay, so another separate question. How many of you pierced it and you backslid a little bit, and then you're piercing it again and you're backsliding a little bit, you're back and forth a little. Anyone in that position? Awesome. That's all balance. That's what balance does. How does balance do that? It affects your capacity. I'm going to steal this, okay? We're friends. We can share cups.
You don't want that.
Dude, it's because it's your birthday. I'm stealing yours. You have less water. Okay. This cup, let's just say this cup holds 8 ounces. Oh, no, we're using this one. Oh, this is going to be so good. This is so good. So good. There's a reason you're here in the front row.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Let's say this cup holds 8 ounces. It's Anita's birthday, so we'll be nice to her today. So if this cup holds 8 ounces, and you all have been trying to put 8 ounces of money, 8 ounces of staff, 8 ounces of customers in this cup, it would fit. Anita's been trying to put 10 ounces of all this in her 8-ounce glass, and it's spilled over, yes? Y'all doing that. You all wonder why you're having a hard time getting to that next level. Or when you do pierce that next level, you're so exhausted and beat up from trying to get there, you backslide. Then you recover, like, crap, I got to get up there, and you hustle, 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 and you finally get up there, and you're wiped out again, and you backslide. The distinction balance would make a difference. Does that make sense? Does anyone not see what I'm saying? I really want you to get this. So anyone not seeing this? We're good? Okay. What are you seeing so far now? What are you seeing about balance and how it applies to your business? Yeah, Joanne.
And it was horrible up and down cycle, wondering why it's not being consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I do the marketing part consistently
Okay.
way and have consistency in that area, but it's the balance to real life and work and like getting that scheduled. And that's why it keeps happening again and again and again.
How many of you are actually starting to notice that you know where you're out of balance? Like you actually know it? Yeah. What are some of the areas that you see it? Shannon, sorry, you're mid
Sorry.
slurp.
Just eating a little snack. Mine is my balance comes from my finances, which I'm starting to get better at, but it was very imbalanced, and so I was really unaware of where my money was going, and I'd, get new clients, and then just this back and forth, and so it was causing a problem with consistency. And now that I'm starting to get on top of that, I'm seeing, a lot more consistency in my business.
Awesome. So notice that, like she picked the area of finance. If you have a lack of balance in the area of finances, and your finances aren't being managed to the level of integrity they need to, your capacity drops. Your natural capacity for what you can handle drops. Do you guys know that? So literally by installing balance and actually putting some structure around it in the area of finance, you'll naturally make more money. You'll actually earn more money because you can handle it. If you're walking around with an 8-ounce glass, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you win the lotto. You will eventually, that water will spill over and you'll be back down to about where you were. Do you know that, I think the statistic last time I read it was 70% of lottery winners go bankrupt within 4 years. So clearly making more money does not make any bit of difference. If anything, it hurt them. They're in a worse financial state than they were. They weren't bankrupt before the lotto, now they're bankrupt. So it actually made them worse. Bringing balance to something brings a level of integrity to it. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's actually get on the court and work this thing. We're going to pick business first. So does anyone need something to write with? Like paper? Anyone need paper? Raise your hand if you need paper. Randy, there should be paper on the corner right there.
Anybody need a pen?
Pen or paper? We got paper. We have some paper needs. I think we're good on pens. So as Randy is throwing out papers, throw your hand up and Randy will get you.
Yeah, we don't want you to use the piece of paper that's actually on the table.
We'll give them a couple. She's going to spill something on it.
So mean, I love them.
Hands up, hands up.
Any more paper? Paper? All right, so let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about this. So I want to read off the different areas of your business, but I want you looking at each area. So if you want to write these down, it might be a good idea. The first area you're going to look at is the area of management. Okay, so we have management. We have administration, finance, marketing, sales, production, quality assurance. Absolutely. So write down management, administration, finance, marketing, sales, production, and then quality assurance. Y'all latecomers get that? All right, write this down one more time. We're writing down the areas of business. So management, administration, finance, marketing, sales, production, and quality assurance. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to go area by area. And I want you to identify the areas that we just listed that are lacking an appropriate level of balance. I'll let you use your judgment with the word appropriate. What has an appropriate level of balance? Next, I want you to identify the actual items that are out of balance inside those areas. So let's demonstrate this. Who wants to be a test dummy on this?
Can you define them first, like what they are, if people aren't familiar with them?
Sure. Management would be you running your company. Okay? The running of your company. Administration would be administrative tasks. A lot of times it has to do with employees, employee records, filing, phone answering, communications. Communications is huge for admin. Next is finance. I'm not going to explain finance. Marketing, which you better know. Sales. So marketing is the process of building interest. Sales is the process of having a customer or potential customer determine if they're going to buy or not buy from you. Then production is the actual interaction with the customers and producing your product or service. And then quality assurance, making sure that your customers are pleased with your product or service. We all got that? All right, so again, here's what I want you to do is take a couple minutes, and I want you to look at each area. And again, be really insightfully straight. Don't just gloss over this quickly. Actually look. Do I have an appropriate level of balance in this area? And to start to tag the ones that you feel are out of balance. Could be a little or a lot. Then note, what are the items, what are the exact items inside this area that I feel are lacking balance? So let's do a demo. Who wants to work this out? Please. All right, so Gina, tell everyone who you are, what you do.
Hi, I'm Gina Castorm. I'm a chiropractor.
Chiropractor. Okay, great. So what's an area that you would say is out of balance?
There's a number one, but we'll start with management.
Management. So what's out of balance about it? What are some specific items?
Finding time for me, since I see patients, and then having to train staff, hire staff.
So for her to find time where she can actually do management, where she can train staff, do the things she needs to do to manage her company. What else?
Those are the ones that come.
Those are the ones that come to mind?
Yeah.
Very good. Those are great. Anyone have some similar ones? I see heads nodding, but no voices. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Great. So we're going to start there. We're not going to fix it yet. We'll get to that in a minute. So that's an example. Everyone clear? Anyone not clear? All right, go to work. So I want to hear, what are some of the areas you all wrote down?
I kind of feel like I have it almost everywhere where I don't have full balance. There's lack of balance in almost every category, I think, except for quality assurance.
Okay, good. Well, I mean, again, as a business owner, you're always going to be ongoingly working on your business, yes? So something to note, don't get hard on yourself about the conversation. Because I know some of you business owners are perfectionists and, you know, the standards are just high. Meredith, I'm not talking about you, don't worry. You know, and it will definitely start to get at you. We want you really present during this. Doesn't mean anything, it's just an observation. As business, that's what this room is for. It's why we do this once a month, to observe ourselves, to stand back, disconnect, and actually self-coach, self-diagnose, and see what's going on. So when we get back into our businesses, we know how to react and what to do. So it's great. Don't worry about it. Great. So pick one area. Share one area with us. What's one area that you'd say is pretty out of balance?
Well, I guess we're talking about sales or production.
Okay. Sales or
production, right?
pick one.
Sales?
Sales. Okay, we're going to look at sales. So what are some of the items inside of sales that you feel are out of balance? And turn and face us so we can all hear you. We want to hear you. What's that?
Well, it'd be consistency for us.
Okay.
That's a great question, but I'm not sure if it is sales or if it is production.
Well, let's take a look. Sales. So why would you say sales is out of balance? What about it gives you that inkling?
Yeah, we don't have steady flow.
Okay, good. So how many of you don't have steady flow around sales? Okay, let's look. What?
She has a voice with her. She's a ventriloquist.
Awesome. So, sales. And so the flow is not steady.
Yes.
Great. So what's the items inside of sales that's actually affecting that, that's actually causing that? So what is actually out of balance that's giving you the result of inconsistent sales? Remember, inconsistent sales is a result. It's an outcome of something. We want to find the source so we know what to treat. Yes? We can't put something in balance if we don't know what it is.
I almost think like scripts, like if I have the team managing or dealing with calls or stuff coming in, if they don't have the right thing of what to say.
Maybe it could be some scripting, right? It could be a structure like that. That's a potential. What else? Keep looking. Make her see it.
Follow-up?
Could be follow-up. Could be an action. What else? What do you think?
The brain's telling me best time being used.
Well, it could be calendaring. It really could, right? But a way to kind of push that can down the street a little bit farther, it's not just the calendaring. It's calendaring of what? Marketing. So the volume of marketing and the consistency of marketing is probably out of balance. There's probably a lot of marketing at one point, not a lot of marketing at another, and there's probably a bit of an ebb and flow around your marketing, yes? So there's that. Anyone relate to that in their business? How many of you have that in your business? Yeah. So what are some of the impacts of some of the areas you notice? So what are some other areas? Thank you. That was good. What are some of the other areas you're all noticing? Yeah.
Marketing.
Marketing as well? How's it out of balance for you?
Well, I feel like I put too much effort into working through social media and blogging and stuff like that, so going directly to the customer rather than putting efforts towards practitioners that might be able to refer multiple customers to me. So I'm in the small pool and I need to get to the bigger pool.
Right. So you're getting a little focused in on one thing versus stepping back and seeing the whole picture. Yeah, that'd be actually management too, and stepping back and actually doing your strategy planning. Good, that's great. Now, so here's the interesting question. Actually, I want to read it so I get the words exactly as I intend. So here's the question. How is the lack of balance in those areas affecting your ability to have a consistent and successful business? Think about that for a second before you answer. Think about it. I'll read it again. How is the lack of balance in those areas that you distinguished affecting your ability to have a consistent and successful business? You heard it in Nicole's. Heard it in yours too. Shannon, yeah.
For me, mine was marketing as well, but mainly because I need to update my marketing plan. I've been doing the same thing for so long that my enthusiasm in the marketing department has dropped. And so that is causing some inconsistencies for me.
Makes sense.
Spicing it up, doing something a little different, a little new, will bring more consistency.
It should, absolutely. So how else is the lack of balance in these areas affecting your consistency and affecting your overall success?
It drives down motivation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of a self-perpetuating thing. Motivation breeds motivation, but when you haven't been doing what you should be or could be doing, or if you don't have balance in the system, your motivation kind of goes down.
Yeah. Then what happens when your motivation goes down? What's that? Yes. You all get on Facebook. And then 6 hours goes by, and you're like, I marketed for 6 hours today on Facebook. No, you didn't. Okay, good. Yeah.
I find that when I get out of balance in things, I become very reactive to all aspects of my business instead of proactive. And I always feel like I'm trying to, run after the 8 ball as opposed to pulling it and pushing it.
Yeah. A lot of you are you starting to see that a lot of you are reactive, whether it's from the lack of a schedule, whether it's your strategy and your planning. A lot of this affects your approach. So coming at this from a balanced state of mind or a balanced approach will actually breed more consistency, more stability. When you're consistent, you're stable, the motivation's higher. When your motivation's higher, the actions you take are different. You take different actions, you produce different results, yes? That affects the company. So let's actually start to work on this stuff now instead of talk about it. So I want you to go in to these areas. And I want you to look to see what practices can you put in place that will actually restore balance to these areas that you identified. So will you continue working with me, Gina, since we started off as the example? I'll let you finish the apple, I promise you. Okay, so tell everyone again what your area is, nice and loud. Management. So what specifically was happening in management?
Being able to train, hire new employees.
Okay, so train and hire new employees. Anything else?
No, those are the 2 big ones.
Okay, those are 2 big ones. So what are some practices you can put in place?
Well, we've been working on our employee manual and updating that.
Can you guys hear?
No.
A little louder.
Working on our employee manual and updating that.
Okay.
On a regular basis. And we're just talking, it's just, it's everything flowing into the.
I got it.
Together, so.
You're doing great. I know that you guys are going to have a flood of information coming through. So work on the employee manual. Good. What else? Just keep talking it out.
Actually, a training manual. So when I hire, we have one, but it's not. It needs to be updated to where the business is now, because it's grown from where.
It's outdated, yeah.
Yeah.
It's insufficient for the capacity that you're at now. Okay, so getting that complete, would that make a difference?
Yes.
What else? It sounds like you're not spending the time working in the area of management. Am I wrong, or?
I was just going to say, man, calendaring the time for me to look at the other areas to know what I'm.
Exactly. How many of you can see that there's a component of calendaring that would make a difference? Yes? Yeah, huge. Good. And we'll talk about calendaring a little bit more as we roll tonight, but just as a little insert here, all business owners need generally 1 day where you work on your business, not in your business. If you're not working on your business, you're reactionary. Your business is taking you for a ride. You have to work on it. The more you work on it, the more control you have. You're in control, not reaction. Make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, any questions on what you're about to do? I'm going to set you loose putting in some structures and some processes. So is anyone unclear? Really? Okay. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes and go area by area, item by item, and start identifying some of the structure, some of the processes, some of the systems that you think you need to put in place. And again, we're going to be doing this for your business, which is what we're working on now. Then we're going to work on your personal life. Then we're going to work on the balance between your business and personal life. So over some time, you're going to start to see some overlap, which is good. I want you to write this out. Even if you have it in your head and you think it's simple, put it on paper. There's a lot of value to actually starting to see something build. We're building something here. You'll see it later when we get to the end, but we're building something. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple minutes to write. Any questions? All right, go. So who wants to share their area and what practices you're putting in place? Hold on real quick. You guys having fun? Can you please inform your face? You guys look serious over there. You guys okay? You guys okay? Nod. Someone, come on, make me feel better here. Okay. It's a little confronting looking at what's not working, isn't it? It is. It's a little confronting. All right, so who wants to share the area? Yeah.
I've realized recently, I work with Aaron, for anybody that doesn't realize, so finance was a huge one for me.
Mm-hmm.
So we started doing the whole structure thing with the business day, which was huge for me because my business ran my life for 8 years and I hated it. So now it's about me getting diligent on myself and making sure I always do it, but I try to wake up every Monday and do my little finance day. And the couple of times now that I've done it, truly, I took from 9 to 10 I do this, from 10 to 11 I do this, from 11 to 12 I do this. Whole week is different. I've now structured everything out. The money makes sense. It makes sense when I'm going to the bank, what I'm going to do at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm, like, due diligence is a big deal for me. I just have to do that because those weeks are so different. Sales falls into place, marketing falls into place. It all kind of happens. The other thing is with my CPA, I would like to establish a time with Tracy, even monthly, to really call and talk about the health and wealth of my business and where I'm going, and from her standpoint. And then maybe I can start to say, okay, where am I going to, if I have a little extra money this month, where should I invest it? Marketing-wise or whatever.
That's great.
Yeah, so I think that'll be good.
Can you see how all that's derived from his calendar? His calendar. So let's talk about our calendars. And I want you all honest about this. How do you relate to interacting with your calendar? Smiley over here. What you got, Mike? How do you relate to interacting with your calendar? Be honest.
I dread it.
How many of you dread interacting with your calendar? Come on, get your hands up. Let's see it.
I'm a free spirit. And it's one of those things where you just kind of like, if I don't schedule in time for me in that calendar, then I feel trapped by it. But as long as I schedule time for me in there, as well as all the other activities, I'm fine.
Right. How many of you relate to your calendar that if everything was scheduled, you'd be trapped? Yeah. So here's what's interesting about this conversation. A lot of you are perceiving, because I asked, what's it like interacting with your calendar? And a lot of you are like, well, what calendar? You mean, that's more of a guideline. It's like how a lot of you relate to stop signs. Kind of like, it's a guideline more than it is actually a rule. It's more like, it's a. A lot of you don't have finite schedules because of how you relate to it. Most business owners, we're in business for ourselves. Why? Freedom.
We get fired for work somebody else.
Most of us did. It's why we're self-employed. No one would hire us anymore. The resume kept saying like 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. And people are like, something here. But this is the deal. Your schedule will either own you or you'll own it. You have a choice. Who's going to own the calendar? It's going to own you or you're going to own it. How many of you want more free time? Seriously. Then it has to be scheduled. If it's not in the calendar, how are you going to have it? We live in a vacuum, folks. Have you not noticed that on your day off you're really busy? Yeah, it's just the way it works. So having a calendar that has all the important items in it is critical. Now, that's another seminar. We're actually dealing with task management and calendaring next month for this reason, as it gets driven up in here. But for you to have success in the domain of balance, you're going to need a foundational structure, which is your calendar. That is one of the foundational structures here. There's not a single person that I know who's wildly successful. When I say wildly successful, I don't just mean money. I mean family. I mean their body, their health, their relationships. Like everything really works that doesn't use a calendar well. To manage a full, busy life needs a structure. Takes something to keep all those balls in the air and not break anything. We need a structure for that. Okay? Yeah, Mike.
One thing I learned to do on mine, and working with you on this, is I put in the things that I really enjoy first, and then I fill the rest of it in around it.
Yes.
And that's made a big difference in how I view it.
Huge. Yeah. Again, we talk about this in the scheduling seminar, so I'm just going to give you a snippet, or we're going to go off on a tangent. When you're designing your calendar, you design it from scratch. You wipe everything off of it. And then you put in all your big rocks, they say. You put your big, important rocks. Those things that are very important to you. If it's important to you, it's on that calendar. If it's not on that calendar, it's not important to you. So if it matters, it's scheduled. That way it actually has time and attention to it. You do that first, like Mike's saying, and then you start to fill in all the other stuff, marketing, sales, put all the other stuff around it. You start to have a life that you enjoy where everything gets the time and attention that it deserves. Make sense?
Yep.
And one last thing, then we got to move on. When you schedule something, you reoccur it. Why do we have a calendar that repeats itself week after week? Why is that? Consistency. What does consistency breed? It does breed balance, but also gives you a groove, doesn't it? When you do something day after day after day, or week after week after week on the same schedule, it digs a groove in. When you have a nice groove, you don't pop out of your groove so easy. A lot of you pop out of balance so easy because you don't have a groove that keeps you in there. There's nothing holding you to it. Make sense? Yeah. A little louder.
So I'm trying. So if I put stuff in my calendar and things are going well, so or it's a busy week, then I'll have to do more production.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden my marketing gets bumped away because I just ran over because of my production time, and I didn't do any marketing, and then, or I'll do my marketing and then I'm scrambling for production, so there goes my yoga, and so it always gets messed up.
Why do you think that is, everybody? Why does it get messed up?
If it's in the calendar, so it's calendar.
Could be. She's just not following the calendar, because one thing's pushing into another, it's pushing into another, next thing you know, everything gets something gets left out. What do you think?
Hunch, because I do the same thing and skip yoga and stuff. And for me, it's just I don't respect those things. I don't honor my calendar enough to say, no, I committed to this, I'm going to do it.
Right. It's an integrity issue.
Right.
It comes down to discipline. And if you actually apply discipline and a high level of integrity to your calendar and relate to the things that are in there, like they matter. It's exactly what Bob was saying. The times he follows his calendar, and he follows it to a T, his whole week goes very differently. Yes? So your integrity makes a huge difference. If you follow your calendar to a T, and you're still not getting things done, it's a capacity issue, which could be staff, it could be technology. There's something needed to expand your capacity because an 8-ounce glass is an 8-ounce glass. I don't care how you divide it. Different conversation with the table, that part of it, but trust me, it's a capacity thing next. Okay? So hold that thought. Any questions on scheduling? All right. So we talked about putting balance in the area of your business, so we're going to put business away for a minute. Let's put business away. Let's look at personal. So pull out the personal side of your life for a second. What does it mean to you to have balance in your personal life? So what does it mean to you to have balance in your personal life? Yeah?
That when I pick up my kids, that my work, when I pick up my kids from school at 3, that my work mind is pushed aside until they go to bed, and so that I'm present with them.
Awesome. So when she gets off work, she puts away her work mind so she's present with her family and her kids. Anyone else in here need a little piece of that? Yeah. Good. What else?
That there's room for a lot of fun so you can enjoy your life.
So there's room for a lot of fun so you can enjoy your life. Absolutely. So let's keep looking. Let's look at specific areas. So what does it mean to you to have balance in the area, say, of like yourself or your mind? You know, there's self, like yourself, your mind, your spirit, you know, the thing that's keeping you alive here. What does it mean to you to have balance in that area? Yeah, Randy.
To have time to sit in my backyard in the hammock or just looking out at my vista and actually do nothing and just have quiet time.
Huge. How many of you need that? How many of you need that? All your hands are supposed to be in the air, P.S. Little coaching. You all need that. That's not an option. How many of you don't do it to the degree you know you need? Hello? Again, you don't take personal time, your capacity shrinks. You're trying to fit hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, depending on your company, into a small glass. How are you going to get more customers when you can't mentally, emotionally, or physically handle it? Because your capacity is tapped. It's a lot of you in here. Yeah?
But what about time? I mean, you run out of time. There's just not enough time to do it all.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you do the things that are important to you, there is. Uh-huh. We all have 24 hours in the day.
I feel like I run out of time with all of it. Second
Well,
jobs.
let's check in to see. Let's check in to see. So, do you have a calendar?
Yes.
Is it paper or is it digital?
Paper.
Bingo. Paper's insufficient. Why is it insufficient?
Doesn't remind you.
Doesn't remind you. What else?
Can't do recurring.
You can't do recurring. You lose it. So on a well-scheduled day, I'm scheduled from about 5:36 in the morning till about 9, 10 o'clock at night. I probably have anywhere between 13 and 15 occasions on my day. Multiply that by 5 days, plus a few things on the weekend. Multiply that by 52 weeks a year. Do you think you're actually going to repeat all those items with integrity every single week for 52 weeks for many years?
On a paper calendar.
On a paper calendar.
It's writer's cramp.
Yeah, you're just talking about it just gave me anxiety. Like I should go take like Xanax or something, right? It's not going to happen. So she doesn't have time because she's not managing time well. She has no structure to manage time well. It really is balance. You're lacking balance in the area of time management, the presence of which would make a difference. You get that? So again, if you are not having the experience of fun, you're lacking balance there. It's probably not scheduled. There's not a structure for that. You guys seeing that? Okay, so let's keep looking. Body. It's a big one. How is the lack of balance, wrong question. What does it mean to have balance in the area of your body?
I'm not embarrassed to go out in a bathing suit.
Not embarrassed to go out in a bathing suit. They're laughing from recognition. Yeah, Randy.
Getting enough sleep.
Getting enough sleep. Exercising, enough sleep. Eating right. So many of you business owners don't take in the right food, nutrition, sleep. Take in the right stuff to have you perform at the level you say you want. You know that? Lacks balance. There's balance missing. Can you already see that just from this conversation, we're talking personal, it affects your business? Huge. So if you're getting home and watching TV till 2 a.m., get up at 6, go to work, come home, watch TV till 2, you keep repeating the process, are you going to be able to be effective at work? No. But a lot of you are living out of balance, and yet you're pissed because you're not getting the results you want. You can't keep your company at that next level. You don't have the structure in place for that. That's the good news. This is the good news. So we can fix it. Let's go fix it. I like balance. Okay. I should probably read you the areas, yeah? Let's do that. Okay, here's the areas you're about to work on. Everyone ready? Pens are posed. The first area I would call self or mind. Whatever makes more sense to you. The next area would be your body. Then relationships. Next, I'd say travel or recreation. One of my favorite areas. Environment or stuff. Let me explain environments and stuff. There's different environments that we have in our personal life. Your home is an environment. Your car is an environment. Any environment you spend time in, we want to look to see, is there balance there? Your office, any environment you spend time that's important to you, you want to take a look at here. And just any stuff. If you have some of the stuff that's very particular to you and it's lacking balance, just note it. It pulls on you. Last is spirituality. So, just like the last, that is a really big pen. Hold on, let me see this thing. No one better steal her pen. We'll find you. So here's what you want to do. I want you to identify the areas that you feel are lacking an appropriate level of balance. Okay? Oh boy. And then from there, I want you to write down the areas or the items inside of those areas that you feel are causing the lack of balance. Any questions?
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, I have a really hard time with the whole balance of things because I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. So their concept of doing anything on a schedule or a calendar or anything like that
Doesn't exist.
care less.
Yes.
So I get screwed in that department.
Okay.
It's really hard for me.
Or turn and face everyone so that everyone can hear you a little bit.
Yeah, it's really hard for me to sit there and even to calendar out my day because it is so volatile, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I get really frustrated that I don't even have an hour that I can say for sure I can work on my business.
Mm-hmm.
Because that hour might not exist during nap time or whatnot. So I'm
At the mercy.
Yeah, I feel like
Uh-huh.
I seriously am going to just sit here and twiddle my thumbs until they're in school.
No. Huh.
That's what I feel like, 'cause I just don't know how to see where to do. I'm already trying to find someone else to watch my kids so I can get an hour a week, but that's as far as I've gotten.
Okay, good. Well,
Find someone.
well, let's take a look. And again, appropriate level of balance. So what's an appropriate level for balance for her might be a different level of balance for you. It depends on your life. It depends on your business and your circumstances. Hence the appropriate level. So can we work on this one?
Sure.
Awesome. So what's an area? Again, we want to do areas. So I get the whole big picture time. I got it. So we're just going to put the time thing aside for just a moment. Pick one area. But it's going to be easier for you to look area by area by area versus look at the whole thing called your personal life. It's going to be daunting. So pick one area that you feel is out of balance. It's really important to you. Body. Awesome. So what are some items in that area that you feel are out of balance?
There's no such thing as getting exercise.
Exercise. Okay.
Sleeping through the night does not exist for me.
Okay.
And I definitely live off of 4 to 5 coffees a day.
Got it.
Which is completely unhealthy. I know.
Yeah. Okay, great. So 4 to 5 coffees a day. Sleep is all over the place, right? Exercise, missing in action. All right, so let's look and see. Well, we're not doing solutions quite yet. We're going to do solutions in a minute, so I almost got ahead of myself. You did a great job identifying the areas. We'll circle back and we're going to put a solution in. That's all I want you to do for now is just start identifying. You'll have some relief just being able to see what's so. Very much like we were talking about up here with Nicole. Just if she has a lot of areas out, so what? Just identify the areas. Let's get it on paper. Then we can start to deal with it and work with it, okay? So, any questions? All right, 2 minutes. Start writing down your areas. All right, everybody, bring it on back. So let's hear. What are some of the areas y'all came up with? I want to hear from someone who has not shared yet. How about some of the newcomers that were nice enough to grace us with their presence? Heather, yes! Thank you for raising your hand. So I just shot up there. I almost didn't see it. So what's an area that's out of balance?
You would of course pick me, since my whole life is out of balance.
Okay, we're only working on one area. This is only a 2-hour thing, man. Pick one area.
My relationships are very out of balance.
All right. Specifically? Any specific relationships?
My family.
Okay.
My husband. I'm married to my job versus married to people that are in my life.
Got it.
So I spend all my time working, and I do really well at that, and I completely vomit in every other area.
Got it. Lack of balance. Remember, here's what I'm asking. The intention says to have consistent and successful business. So successful. We're looking at the well-rounded version of successful. The whole life successful. Right? So for that to happen, we need balance here. Okay, so it's great she's successful in her business. Now it's time to get successful, period, across the boards. So thank you.
So I could be more successful in my business, actually, if I would balance out my relationships, because I would work a little bit less, I would work smarter, and I would have better time management. But because I don't care about the other part, I can just work all day. So it's a good excuse for me to not be balanced in both areas.
Self-diagnosed. Give her a hand. Yeah. Exactly. How many, and be honest, I would love pushback. I love a good debate. How many of you are like, I don't know if I fully buy that putting more balance would actually make me more successful? Anyone kind of like, I'm not going to call you out. I'm just curious. Anyone? All right. So we have some testimonials in the room if anyone needs to hear some. We cut Mike's work down by like 30-something%. Revenue went up at least that. Yeah.
Net worth went up about 40% in 2 years.
And he's working way less. So his goal is how many days he clocks at his lake house. And that's actually our goal. Show me how many do we clock? Has to be bigger than last year. It works. So what are some other areas you noticed? Someone who hasn't said anything. It's so great. Everyone goes. All right. Anyone?
I will if nobody else does.
All right, Lauren.
Environment, so my car and my home.
Car and home. Got it. So what specifically, those are pretty specific, car and home. So they're what?
I think you can answer for me.
Little out of balance. There's things there that shouldn't be there. Yeah, and this is great. What happens, this is my girlfriend, by the way, so hence why I know what a room looks like. Just so it's not, we don't do coaching calls that way. Special clients. What happens when you have an area that's not in balance for you, like a physical area, like your car, your room, your living room, your office? What happens?
Makes you feel like you're losing control of things. It's chaotic.
It's chaotic. Makes you feel like you're losing control of things. Yeah, what else?
Distracting.
Huge. Yeah.
For me, I have probably a similar proclivity. It's real stressful when everything gets in order. I just like the clouds lift. I just feel lighter. And when I feel lighter, it means I've created space for something new that I want to come in. Everything is more effective.
More effective. Yeah. Good.
You avoid the space.
You do. How do you know you guys avoid the space? What's that? Oh, I didn't hear that. Say it again. Because she's here. House is a disaster. Yeah, it pulls at you. That out of balance pulls at you. Mentally, sometimes physically, definitely emotionally. That lack of balance diminishes your capacity to be effective. You see this? Okay. So let's put in some structure. And again, it's great if you start to see duplications. That's what we're looking for. So we worked on your business, and as we're working on your personal, if the same structure comes up, write it down. We actually need to start to see a case being built against something. So take a couple minutes, start writing down what are some of the structures, what are some of the processes that you can put in place that you feel will start to restore balance to that area or to those areas. Do you want to do a quick demo just to walk this through? Okay. Will you kindly keep working with us on your area because you were generous to bring it up? Okay. So just presence everyone again to what it was they were just working on their stuff. So tell everyone body. Eating, exercising, and sleeping. Okay, so we're going to work with those. Now again, we're looking for an appropriate level of balance. So raise your hand if you're a mom. Okay. What's it like? Hard.
I just have a kind of comment on what I did. I'm in the same situation, so I get it. But as far as the exercise, I found, just a suggestion, I found like a mom's group, and we work out together, and then I get like the social aspect, plus some business networking, plus we work out, and we take the kids with us, and so my daughter gets to play, so it kind of all goes together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not always easy with a bunch of kids running around, and we miss days, but it helps.
Yeah.
It was like one way I filled the exercise, because I was the same, I'm like, I just sit here and I'm
I'm fat and not doing anything, and I feel better. The days I go exercise, I go home and while she's napping, I work on my marketing or whatever versus do the dishes. I don't know. It just
Great.
kind of helps motivate you.
That's awesome. Yeah, what else? Moms?
I had a 2.5-year-old, a 10-month-old, and a newborn. So I have 3 kids in 2.5 years. They're all in high school now, but I hired a college student, and hired her for pretty much nothing, but I gave her a letter of recommendation she was going into education. So she got benefit out of it, and I got pretty much free childcare, so I could go and work out for a couple hours. So
Nice.
it's good win-win for both. Yeah.
Good. So let's keep looking. You guys are doing great. Keep looking for her. Let's deal with sleep. What could she do sleep-wise? Yeah.
I have a 2- and 4-year-old, and a really good friend who is a sleep coach, and I'm sleeping a lot more than I did last year, and it's really wonderful. So,
Do you have that sleep coach's call?
Yeah, you guys should, well, again, at the end when we network, you guys got to connect. You connect. It's great. What else?
not
Oh,
a
you know-
mom, but sleeping-wise, though. I had huge sleeping difficulties, like just falling right to sleep when you have so much stress during your day. You can have a hard time going to sleep anywhere, especially if you only have limited time. You probably could do your own naps. And so some, like food, getting closer to our organic, more natural foods, and then a supplement called adaptogen, which focuses on your adrenal glands. So your adrenal glands turn on and they can't turn off because you just all day. Changed my life in 2 weeks. And fall asleep, boom, and that's huge for me.
What else? In the back, yeah. Yeah.
Can your husband take night duty, like on Saturday?
No. No, that's a whole other issue. We just won't even, he's out of the picture on that.
Okay.
So.
What are some other structures? Yes.
A double jogging stroller, because they're so young, they'll fit into a double stroller and long walks. Because the walking will clear your mind, relax your body, and it helps you sleep.
That I have been able to start doing.
Good.
It's the-
And again, an appropriate level of balance. It's just going to be tough, right, ladies?
Yes.
It's just going to be tough. So we're not looking for an A+. If we can upgrade a D to a C+, we'll take what we can get right now. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have any family members that live near you?
I do, and actually, my mom and dad are, they both work from home, so they take them most of the time, but my mom is not really supportive on the business aspect, so she will not watch my children for that reason.
Okay.
Do they spend the night there though?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sleepovers and then take advantage.
Right.
That's a great idea, actually.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Nice and loud.
$25 a month for childcare.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you can do yoga, Pilates, and
They have child lunch where you work out. It's on the sliding scale fee. It's really
Very nice.
Great.
Some of them are free depending upon your membership.
So here's the thing. Can you see there's a lot of ideas in the room? Yes. There's resources here. So later when we're done, meet ladies, grab her. Surround her and circle her and pellet her with ideas. Deal? Did that make a difference, Sharon?
Absolutely.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that. All right. You all clear what you're doing? Area by area, item by item, and start writing down what are some of the practices that you can put in place that are going to restore balance to some of these areas. Clear?
Yep.
All right. 2 minutes. Go. So what are some of the areas you all identified? Environment? What about the environment?
Huge cluttered disaster mess.
Which one? What specific environment?
My home.
Your home. Got it. So what's a structure you could put in place?
Well, I've been planning it with garage sale since January. This keeps getting pushed off the calendar, so clearly calendar it and make it happen.
Yep, calendar, make it happen. What else? What else could you do?
Louder? Yeah. Creates homes for different things and organize closets better. So that way when a new item comes into the house, it actually has a place to go.
Yep.
Rather than just on the coffee table or wherever it's lying right now.
Good. Again, just scheduling a time to have that managed. And there's people who can do it for you too.
I've thought about that, I'm just paying someone to do it.
Yeah. Again, it's not a bad idea if it was done twice a year, just to purge and get things really, tightened up. Yeah.
Sorry, can I just make a suggestion?
Quick one, yeah.
Really quick, if you look on Pinterest, all the little things that your sons can do each day, just to put stuff away. Just every day, just have them do 2 little things. All right.
It's free labor.
I know.
I won't say anything.
I'm trying to.
I won't say anything.
I have, oh, thank God I have a house. Yeah, otherwise that place would be a complete shithole.
Yeah. She'd be in the tent out back. All right, good. What's another area that y'all noticed? Yes, Joanne.
Travel and recreation. I don't even make a plan to go anywhere.
Really? How many haven't been on a vacation in the last 6 months? Put your hands up. Last 6 months. How many have not been on a vacation in the last year? Last year and a half? 2 years? 5 years? Man. So, what's a structure that y'all can put in place for travel? Calendar and what else? Budget, yes. Put it in the budget. If it's not in the budget, you're not going to do it. Calendar, budget, deal? Deal. The lack of travel does what to a business owner? Yeah, it murders capacity, just kills it. Mental capacity, emotional capacity, and physical capacity. It's a big one. Travel's a must for business owners, not an option. That should be some of the best coaching you all got tonight. Come on, I just told you to travel. Yeah. All right, let's keep rolling here. So we've talked about putting balance in the business, yeah? We've talked about putting balance in the personal. So let's bring them both out and look at them both together. We're going to put balance between your business and personal. So what does it look like to have balance between your business and personal? What's that? You can rest. What else?
You can put away one and do the other.
Okay, you can put away one and completely do the other, focus on the other. What else? What's that? It becomes easy. Yeah. What else?
One feeds the other.
One feeds the other. Birthday girl got it. One feeds the other. It's kind of like the figure 8 symbol. It needs to feed each other. Your business should support your personal. And your personal should support your business. That's critical to get. If both are feeding each other, what happens?
You got balance.
You thrive. So if we take a car, right, and we move it around the track, as it starts to go around that track, what happens? Picks up momentum, yeah? It should pick up, as things start to spin, it starts to pick up momentum. So if your business is feeding your personal, your personal is feeding your business, that spinning effect, that cyclone, starts to create a vortex. It actually creates momentum. Trust me, you want momentum. Momentum's a good thing. The more momentum you have, the less energy you have to exert to produce a result. Do you know that? How many of you are exerting a lot of energy right now in your businesses trying to get them to the next level? Yeah, I see scrunch face over there. I'm like, yeah, a lot of you are doing that. If you were to actually bring balance in place, you'll start to create a momentum. That momentum will have you produce results without taking as much action or exerting as much energy. You should be very interested in that. It's how Mike produced the result we talked about a little while ago. He took more vacation time, yet his net worth and his sales all went up. Because he started to have balance. That balance created momentum. That momentum produced results. So you got to work less, make more money. It's pretty good. Doesn't get much better than that. You guys interested in the conversation now?
Quick question though.
Please.
If your business is based on interactions with customers, and so my question is, my goal in life is to work less. I mean, that's
cool.
To make money while I sleep. But most of my money, my bread and butter, come from client interactions, which take about an hour and a half per client.
Sure.
There's only a certain amount of time in the day. So
right.
how is it possible brain around
Yeah.
it. How can I get to that point where Mike's at?
Sure.
Where I'm working less, yet money's still funneling in, even though I can't fit more, I may not be seeing as many clients. I just have no idea how to do that.
Clone yourself.
I know, I need
Hire someone.
I know, yeah.
She knows the answer.
I know.
Did you see that? But notice that she's stopped by it.
What does she do?
Yeah, tell them what you do. Turn around and tell everyone what you do.
Oh, I'm a lactation consultant, so I help moms breastfeed. It's kind of a random job, but a good job. So,
And it's an important job. So my point is notice that you have a block in the area, and it's persisting, yes? Yet you know the solution, but the solution is not present for you.
Sure.
What's that about?
I don't know.
They do. What's that about?
Well, I just haven't found the right person yet, I guess.
Are you committed to it?
Am I committed to my business?
No.
Oh.
We know you're committed to your business.
Am I committed to?
Duplicating yourself and working less.
Oh, heck yeah.
Really?
But I haven't gotten to that point yet where I've been able to find the person to duplicate.
How many have you noticed that when you get really, I'm going to swear, okay, so hold on now. When you get really freaking tired of something,
That's it? That's boring.
I built that up a little much, didn't I? There's a lot of build up for nothing.
What are you, 5?
Trying to be like PG-13. I didn't want to lay that one completely out there. All right, so I didn't swear completely. So when you get freaking tired of something, you notice how something actually changes?
Yes.
It's the up in which you'll no longer put. You won't put up with it anymore. So just consider that there's something in the way. Probably fear. Guarantee there's some of that there. Probably a little lack of information or knowledge of how exactly does that work. So you're keeping yourself in your happy place. Yeah, Mike.
One thing, like when I was trying to grow my businesses and I kept thinking I had a recurring thought that nobody could do it as well as I could. And that blocked me a lot. And then I realized after I hired a few people, they were better at it than me. And so I just kind of backed up and let them do it, which worked out much better in the long run. Kind of managed the troops instead of doing the work.
Most business owners have what Mike just said. Most of you own your own business because you're good at it. You stunk as an employee, so you're doing your own thing. But since you're a perfectionist, you're a little anal retentive, you don't want anyone stepping in and doing your thing because you are going to do it better than them, yes? And that's why you're going to always be a really small business owner trading dollars for hours. Not that that's bad. But if it's not what you're committed to, then it becomes a challenge, right? Then it's something you actually confront. So if you're committed to something else, you got to now confront that. Because now your personality is in the way of your business going to that next level. You see? Good. It's great. No, you're right in the game. So let's keep looking. We're going to do the same exercise we've done twice. So get present here. But you have your business here. We got your personal here. I want you to now look. Where are you out of balance? Or where is the out of balance between your business and personal? Identify the areas. What are the areas that are out of balance between my business and personal? And write them down. Sure, absolutely. Well, we did the one on sleep. Remember that? It's a really easy one. If you're doing something in your personal, we'll take body. If you're not putting in the right nutrition, the right sleep, if your body is diminishing, you're not going to have the juice to operate clear in your business or powerful in your business. Okay, so take a couple minutes, write down the areas, and then write down the items inside those areas that are causing a lack of balance between business and personal. All right, let's bring it back. Let's see what you got. You should start seeing some overlap at this point. Anyone seeing overlap? Good. All right, what areas? Yes?
I noticed I just kind of mix and mush it all together. There is no real division between business time and business personal time.
How many of you have that? There's no clear boundary between business and personal, Heather. Oh, sorry, I meant between business and personal without the Heather on the end. I didn't mean to say that, Heather. Who else? Show of hands? No clear, yeah. How many, okay, so raise your hands again, because I actually need to see this. Now, lower your hand if you're not married or in a relationship. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. If you put your hands down. If you're in a relationship, or being in a relationship matters to you, and you have no clear boundary between business and personal, it's going to really affect your partner. It's going to affect your relationship. That thing has to be turned off. Because when you're in work mode, you're in work mode. That causes an impact. Your partner doesn't want to date the boss. Trust me. No one wants that. Vice versa, that's for both ends, okay? So what else? What are some other areas? Other areas.
It's huge for me. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
We'll do Anita
It's
next.
huge for me in my face is where it is, I guess, today with the travel and recreation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't had any for so long, whatever, and I'm just thinking that's why my integrity issues come up with I don't get up every Monday and do my little business day and whatever, because that's my time. And I'm just going to take me time right now, and it's like you can't do that. You have to get present with the calendar. Maybe if I went on a little vacation every once in a while or something, maybe I'd come back, be really, really ready for Monday morning to do work.
Yeah. See, that's what's happening to a lot of you. I tell all my clients, and they can vouch for it because a lot of them are here, that I want you taking a week off once a quarter. Oh, so fun fact, right? Little fun fact. If you look at a calendar, every quarter there happens to be a 5th week to a month. So if your company is designed to run 4 weeks a month, and with that 5th week, what should you do? Take a vacation. So next week, so April and May have 9 weeks in it between the two. So next week I'm taking the week off, for those of my clients who didn't get my email yet. So I'm taking the week off because there's an extra week. So I take 10 days off a quarter. I have a weekend plus 7 days. 9 days. Sorry, 9 days off a quarter. Hey, I'll find an extra day in there. It's my calendar. But that's the thing. You can actually have 9 days off a quarter. It's 36 days a year. It's pretty good, where you won't lose any money. Because your company should hit its goals on 4 weeks anyway. So if you're making money that extra week, it should be bonus technically. Which you should give to your husband to go shopping and do whatever he wants.
What do you do with an assistant who is upset with you that you're taking too much vacation?
I don't know that I would allow my assistant to even engage in that conversation with me.
Okay.
Me personally,
I didn't say that I have to be with them the rest of the time.
Me personally, I mean, it's
No, in a nice way.
No, I got it. I'm just saying, from a place of running a company, unless they're a trained CEO, they may not understand the distinctions behind it. So it may just be a lack of information. And hopefully they would look up to you like, wow, I want to have your life someday. How do I do that?
Ooh.
Yeah. Shoot.
So in my type of business, being a child photographer.
A little louder.
Okay, my business being a baby and child photographer, it kind of run into the situation where people will call you right after they've had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Wanting a session, and you have to do those sessions in the first 10 days. So when I say my studio is closed, I'm still answering the phone. Granted, it's my cell phone. I'm still returning emails. If it's baby, I kind of take myself out of vacation mode. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
How do you? Because then you've lost business. Like if you know.
Well, let me recreate it and see if I'm hearing you correct. So it sounds like you have to do the photography within 10 days. Like there's that window of time. But if you're on vacation, you have to work a little bit so you can capture those clients and keep them within that 10-day period.
Yes.
Totally got it. Mm-hmm. So as a business owner, I don't care if you lose business. I care that you have balance and you have a happy life. Mm-hmm. If your clients fit into that, rock and roll. If they don't, there's plenty of business in this town for everybody. So the other thing you can do is put a structure in place, letting everyone know, if you think you're delivering between this date, you should probably tentatively get on my books, because I'm taking a week off and will not be answering calls or emails or anything. Make sense?
Yes.
Would that work?
No.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
Hillary, how about finding another baby photographer that you guys kind of work together in the sense, not business partner, but working together in the sense of like, okay, we're both going to take time off so we can balance our life.
during those weeks, we'll handle each other's calls. They don't fit back onto your schedule and fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally.
Because then it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's an excellent idea.
I'm like really saying like I'm on vacay, because I'm like, I keep my phone,
That's a good example.
I cannot, I was kind of raised like that with a self-employed mom, so
Mhm.
who was 24/7, you don't take days off.
Great, but you have a choice.
Oh, I get that.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Randy?
So there are answering services out there, because I totally get having my phone on.
Mm-hmm.
So there is nothing wrong. You've got a couple of different solutions that you have where you could actually give somebody an answering service your calendar. They can actually manage that for you while you're on vacation,
Mhm.
or that would be the time to have an assistant. Just because you're on vacation doesn't mean that the assistant is on vacation. So you're still freed up to go on vacation, but what's missing is a structure
Mhm.
to capture that business if you don't want to lose that business.
And it's a cheap structure, and you can build it into your travel budget. So for a whopping couple $100, you're covered. Yeah, real quick.
Well, the other option too is technology is great. Like I book reservations for hotel rooms, dinner reservations, whatever online. So let the online, not a live person, but let them book themselves online. So it's already calendared
Mhm.
with your schedule, and it doesn't matter where you are because they're already just going to put themselves in whatever is available.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'd speak to people, meet with people in person before I book them, so it's kind of like,
But you could still book a consult or still book a phone meeting. So they're still workable. All right, good. All right, hold on. We got to roll. We got to keep going here. So let's look. Look at your areas. Look at your business areas that you wrote down about a little bit ago. Look at the personal areas you wrote down just a few minutes ago. How many of you can see that your business is more out of balance? Whose business is more out of balance than their personal?
You need more time in business?
Yeah, just you like if you were to weigh the two, one's a little bit more out of balance than another. Business? Okay. Whose personal is more out of balance than their business? Interesting. How many didn't raise your hand? Yeah, a good amount. That's fine. Well, it sounds like there's something that's pretty equal. How many of you feel like it's a pretty equal out of balance between the two? Okay, good. Okay, good. It's really important to notice. So here's a funky question. So everyone focus for a sec. How does having your business and personal life out of balance with each other affect the consistency and success of your business? Let's say it one more time. How does having your business and personal life out of balance with each other affect the consistency and success of your business? Everyone's stumped, huh? One more time? Okay. How does having your business and personal life, right, out of balance with each other, how does that out of balance actually affect the success and consistency of your business? Ron?
Works for me, when it's out of balance with each other. Whenever I'm focusing on business, I've got a part of my brain that's feeling like I should be focusing on this over here. And when I'm focusing on that over here, I'm torn because I should be focusing on business, which means neither side gets my full attention when it should be.
Good.
Completely out of balance.
Yeah, and that affects your effectiveness as a business owner. Has to. Good. What else? What else are you seeing? Yeah, Renee.
What I've noticed is that there tends to be this ceiling because whenever there's out of balance anywhere, it affects my energy level.
Mhm.
So I'm unable to bring my imagination to that place I want to expand to. I want to stay, as you say, in that comfortable, happy place.
Mhm.
So I don't have the capacity even to imagine because of the momentum and the extra work it would take to get to a much bigger place in the business, to that
Right.
expanded place. So it tends to impact it where I stay at a particular capacity and that's it. So if I wanted to go up there, I can't because there's lack of energy due to the imbalance.
Yeah, that's for a lot of you. You're trying to pierce another level in your company. You're trying to make more money and you're like kind of hovering around a certain area. You're trying to bring on more customers. You're trying to bring on staff. It's a function of balance. As you can see, you plateau. It's a self-created plateau. It's great to see. Really great to see. So here's another fun example of this, like a physical example. It's kind of like a car tire, right? You take a car tire on a car, has a little wobble, little vibration to it. After a while, one tire starts to wear through. Eventually, it's going to pop. That tire is going to give way. A lot of you are doing that in your business. There's one area of your business or a couple areas of your business that have a little wobble, little vibration. You've been putting up with it. It's fine. I can deal with it. Turn up the radio a little bit. Oh, I don't hear that thing a bit. But when that thing blows, it's going to take the whole car down. That's exactly how balance works. One area starts to have a wobble to it. It'll wear through and pop, and it'll take down the business. It'll take down the life. It's really important you start to look at that. Because when you install balance, it trues everything up. There's a natural integrity to it. When things are trued up, they wear evenly. When things are wearing evenly, they last longer. They don't have sudden blowouts. There's more consistency, predictability to it. You can watch how it's wearing. Or if it's wearing unevenly, you don't know when it's going to blow. Do you guys get that? So it's very important you start taking the conversation on balance and looking at it in a different light like we did tonight. Does that make sense? Any questions? All right. So let's put some practices in place. You guys are starting to see redundancies, right? You're starting to see, yeah? Okay, good. So final exercise. Look at the areas you just identified that are out of balance between the business and personal, that are causing them to be out of balance with each other. Now write down what are some of the practices you can put in place that's going to restore balance to those items. And if you're writing it down for the third time tonight, fine, just write it down. It's really important that you see those. All right, go. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. All right, start bringing it back. So I want to hear, what are 3 practices that you can put in place that are going to restore balance? Let's hear it. What are 3 practices?
Calendaring.
What's that? Calendaring, yes. Shane?
Putting my work on my business day on Monday, first thing in the week.
Good.
Later in the week.
Yeah, the more you push it out, easier to kick that can down the street. What else? Yeah?
Put in here scheduling time for balancing actions to both find and fix them.
Brilliant. We know it's going to go out of balance. We know there's going to be an integrity issue at some point. Just schedule it in your calendar. There's a time where you regroup and actually look. When you're working on your business, that's what you should do. One of the things in your business day, stop and look. What's out? What do I need to shore up? We know it's going to go out. It's just a matter of time. It's ongoing for the rest of our lives. Brilliant. Really, really great. So, we've looked at putting balance in your business. We've looked at putting balance in your personal. We've now looked at putting balance between your business and personal. So as you start to actually do these actions and put this stuff in place, something's going to get driven up. What's going to get driven up? What's that? Okay. A little louder? Consistency, productivity.
Momentum.
What else? Something else? No, some not so sexy is going to get driven up. What's that? Happiness? No, we wish. Habits? What's that? Effectiveness, okay. Something not so good is going to get driven up in you. What's that? Boredom is, I know where you're going with that. We're going to table that one. It's a little off to the side. Yes. Resistance. Your discipline is going to get pushed. Because a lot of these items need to be calendared. Right? And what Mike was saying to tie that in is as you start to create your schedule and you start to have a lot of consistency, a lot of you get really bored. Most of you are thrill-seeking business owners. You guys don't do well with boredom. With your personality types, not so much. Most business owners do not do well with mundane. When things are mundane, what do you do?
Start a new business.
Yeah, a lot of you create other stuff to do to keep you entertained and keep your brains doing what your brains are wired to do, which is problem solve. So we need a calendar that's effective, first and foremost. Then you need to self-manage. You've got to know you're going to have a belief system that's going to be kicked up. You're going to not want to follow your calendar like many of you are already experiencing. It's going to take something. I'm saying this because I want you to fulfill on what we did in here tonight. So you have to put this stuff in your calendar and then know you're not going to want to be disciplined around it. You're not. So what are you going to do then? Yes, yes. Get an accountability partner. Get a coach. Get someone who's going to hold you accountable to it. It works. Accountability works. You want to lose weight? Hire a coach. You want to get fit? Good. Hire a fitness coach. Get someone who's going to get you the result you want. What else can you do?
Look at why you're not doing it.
Yeah. Your feelings don't matter about this. It doesn't matter how you feel. Do what your schedule says to do. Discipline. Do what there is to do, regardless of how you feel about it. You do what there is to do, regardless of how you feel about it, you're going to be very effective. You're going to have balance, and your life's going to work. When your life starts to really work, trust me, it'll feel good. That's where you want to get your feel good, is from actually doing the discipline. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, good. Make sure we didn't miss anything else in here. So I want to hear, what did you all learn about yourselves? What did you learn by being here? What did you get? What did you get out of tonight? Don't all share at once. There's time. Yeah.
Well, being one of your coaching clients, I know when I violated my own calendaring, I have gotten out of balance, and it shows.
Mm-hmm.
So putting some vacation and rest time is absolutely imperative for me at this point. In order for me to get my business back in balance, I've got to put myself back in balance first.
Yeah. And it's great to take away. Thank you. That's great. It's great to find one main action you're going to take before you leave. Because there's a lot of stuff you all wrote down. I mean, I was watching you write. There's a lot of stuff on there. The feasibility of you implementing that this week is pretty slim. So pick the one big thing. That's why we did all the crossing and the overlap of this. There should be a few glaring ones. You all see some glaring ones? Those are the ones you want to implement now. And then start to work on it and work on it and work on it. Okay? Good. What else? What else did you all get out tonight?
How great it is for me to, all these years I've looked at vacation as like something you're not supposed to do because you work, and now I'm like, vacation's something I have to do.
Yeah.
And that's really great. That's a huge wall for me to get over. So, cheers.
Good. And again, regardless of how the budget looks, staycations are great. Turn off the phone, tell everyone you're out of the country. No one needs to know. You can sleep in till noon, order room service in your PJs for days. Oh, some of you already do that now. All right, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to partner up with the people next to you in your rows. So with your rows, I want you to share. Just go down the line quickly. I want you to share, what did you get for yourselves out of being here tonight? What'd you see? What'd you learn? Go.
So it made sense to give everybody a chance.
Okay.
You can find out when this is done if anybody has like a burning chair, if they really got what it is, kind of feel the room out. If they do, great. If they don't, fine.
I'll move on.
And just kind of.
Okay, got it.
It's just a perfect wrap up.
Yeah, got it. No, great call. I want to hear. I'm listening.
He's telling me I'm consistently inconsistent.
least you're consistent.
Right, so I put a gag order on him and I went, next. So for me, what's fabulous is my problem is environment. That's really why I like ducking around so much between my car and my home office and my office. So the first action I'm going to implement is I'm going to empty out my car every night. Like take everything into the house, empty out the car, because I usually have the trunk full of workout clothes, everything else known to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that every day. So every morning I'm coming into a clear space, so I have a place to create.
Got it. Good.
Nicole?
Now, do I get to say anything if you don't?
No, you can say what you already did. You don't need to repeat what
No.
We only have 2 minutes, folks. Come. Gee, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
What'd you get?
Mine's more recreation.
Yeah?
So like not necessarily traveling, but like doing things even in like our local area that I've never done before.
Got it.
Like do it. We grew
Yeah.
up shelter, so for me I'm very like what I know is what I know and it's where I'm staying, but I need to venture.
Rock and roll. It's good. Nicole?
Time blocking and calendaring.
Lots of that. Lots of that.
Having integrity.
Yeah, share. Okay. All right, who needs another minute? Anyone need another minute? Okay. Nice. Love it. All right, start wrapping it up. Start wrapping it up. All right, bring it on back, everybody. Acknowledge your partners. All right. Any burning shares? You guys see anything good? Yeah, what'd you get? I want to hear what'd you get. What'd you see? Your social media addicts? Yeah. Social media AA is one door down. That class starts at 9.
Do you want to know what my takeaway was?
Yes, please.
I'm shutting my computer down at 2:30 Monday through Friday.
That's great. Awesome structure. Awesome structure. The family will appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so.
5 people that hold me accountable in this room.
Oh, there's plenty. Yes, we'll hold you well accountable to that one. Shane, will you read the intention one last time?
Yes. The intention that you see how your relationship to balance directly affects your ability to have a consistent and successful business.
Did we do that? Yeah. All right, great job, everyone. Great job.